Most people over 60 believe strokes are sudden, like a lightning strike from a clear sky. One moment you're fine, the next, everything changes. But after decades of treating seniors, I can tell you something that may surprise you. Strokes almost never arrive out of nowhere. They build quietly, slowly, silently. The body whispers long before it screams. For years, medical systems have focused purely on the visible metrics: blood pressure, cholesterol, arteries, medications. But those numbers are only the surface layer of the story. Beneath them is something deeper. The master control system that determines whether those numbers stay stable or slowly drift into dangerous territory. Today, we're going to explore that hidden layer. Welcome to Senior Wellness Guide, where we bring doctor-backed science to everyday life. In this video, I'll walk you through a perspective few seniors ever hear: how the nervous system shapes your stroke risk, and how a few gentle daily habits can restore balance, protection, and long-term resilience. Nothing extreme, nothing risky. Just simple, consistent actions that support the body's natural defenses. Let me begin with a story. Several years ago, I treated a man named Harold. Harold was 72, active, social, walked every day, ate reasonably well. He believed he was doing everything right, and in many ways, he was. But Harold ignored the subtle signs. A little dizziness when standing, occasional moments of fog, restless sleep, tightening in the neck, feeling off but not enough to worry. Then, one morning, he felt a brief wobble in his balance. Just a few seconds. He brushed it off. But 2 days later, Harold suffered a stroke. Not because his arteries suddenly collapsed, but because his nervous system lost its rhythm. What most seniors don't know is this: when the nervous system becomes overwhelmed, overactive, or chronically tense, it creates the perfect environment for a stroke, long before one ever occurs. A 2021 medical study showed that low vagal tone, which means your nervous system can't relax or reset properly, is strongly associated with higher stroke risk in older adults. But here's the part most shocking to me as a doctor. Almost no senior is ever taught how to improve vagal tone. Not through medication, not through surgery, but through simple daily habits that activate the body's built-in stabilizer. Before we get to those habits, let's understand what's really happening inside the body after 60. As we age, the communication network between the brain, the heart, and the blood vessels weakens. Not broken, just slower, less responsive. Think of it like a home security system. If the sensors lag by even a second, danger can slip through the cracks. Your nervous system sends signals that control heart rhythm, vessel relaxation, blood pressure stability, stress response, inflammation levels, circulation to the brain. When those signals weaken, the body begins to drift out of balance. Blood pressure becomes unpredictable. Vessels become stiffer. The heartbeat becomes less coordinated. The brain receives inconsistent blood flow. And when these internal rhythms fall out of sync, the risk of stroke increases dramatically. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you, because once you understand the system, you can influence it. And the good news is, you can influence it far more easily than you think. One of the misconceptions I see is seniors believing they need major interventions to stay healthy, but in reality, the nervous system responds best to gentle movements, slow breaths, subtle sensations, rhythmic habits, light daily stimulation. These micro habits teach the body how to stay calm, coordinated, and protective. In this documentary, you'll learn 3 powerful techniques seniors can use. The tongue reset. activates the vagus nerve instantly. The humming breath enhances blood flow and calms internal pressure. The neck reflex, release, awaken sensors that regulate pressure to the brain. Together, they help restore the nervous system's natural intelligence. Think of them not as exercises, but as conversations with your body. And that's why this information is so rarely shared. Medicine focuses on fixing problems, but this teaches the body how to prevent them. Before we move to Chapter 2, I want to leave you with this thought. Strokes do not start in the arteries. They start in the signals that control the arteries. Restore the signals, and you restore protection. Let's move on to the first technique, one that most seniors have never heard of, yet uses the strongest muscle in the body. If I asked you to name the strongest muscle in your body, you might guess the legs, or the arms, or maybe even the heart. But the strongest muscle, pound for pound, is one you almost never think about, your tongue. Strange, isn't it? But the tongue isn't just for eating or speaking. It's a central switch in your nervous system. The position of your tongue influences your breathing rate, heart rhythm, stress signals, blood pressure, internal sense of danger or safety. Now, why would such a small movement affect so much? Because right behind the area where your tongue rests sits the gateway of the vagus nerve, the same nerve that controls much of your body's calming response. When the tip of the tongue lightly presses against the roof of the mouth, it sends a subtle signal that activates this nerve. And when the vagus nerve wakes up, the entire body begins to shift. The heart slows. The vessels relax. Inflammation cools. The nervous system resets. To understand why this matters, let's look at how strokes often begin. In older adults, chronic tension from stress, poor sleep, or worry keeps the nervous system in a subtle fight or flight mode. It's not dramatic, it's quiet, but it's constant. This state tightens blood vessels, raises internal pressure, disrupts the brain-heart connection, and wears down the body's ability to self-regulate. But activating the vagus nerve is like flipping a calm switch that helps reverse this internal buildup. So here's the first daily habit. Simple, gentle, but deeply powerful. The tongue. Reset. Sit comfortably. Gently rest the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth, right behind the front teeth. Inhale slowly through the nose. Exhale even more slowly through the mouth. Continue for 10 seconds. What happens during those 10 seconds is a quiet rebalancing of the nervous system. I've seen seniors use this technique to reduce tension, improve balance, and even calm their heartbeat. Next comes a practice that seems even stranger, yet is one of the oldest healing techniques in the world. Humming, not singing, not chanting. Just a soft, gentle hum. When you hum during exhalation, the vibration stimulates the vagus nerve even more deeply. At the same time, the body produces nitric oxide, a molecule that helps relax blood vessels and supports healthy blood flow to the brain. Modern science is finally catching up to what ancient traditions already knew. Sound influences the nervous system. Try this. Inhale gently through the nose. Exhale with a soft humming sound. Continue for 60 to 90 seconds. Most people feel the shift immediately. The mind quiets. The breath deepens. The heartbeat softens. Internal pressure eases. These aren't dramatic changes, but they accumulate. Now we come to the third technique, one deeply connected to stroke prevention. The neck reflex. Release. On both sides of your neck, just above the collarbone, are tiny pressure sensors called baroreceptors. They tell your brain when to raise or lower blood pressure. But with age, posture habits, and tension, these sensors become sluggish. The neck reset wakes them up. Here's how it works. Sit or stand tall. Inhale slowly. As you exhale, gently turn your head to the left. Pause. Inhale again. Exhale and turn your head slowly to the right. Finish with a slight chin tuck. This movement sends calming signals to the baroreceptors, helping regulate circulation to the brain. Together, these three habits begin a chain reaction inside the body. The nervous system relaxes, the vessels soften, the signals strengthen, and internal pressures stabilize. Not through force, but through rhythm. Not through effort, but through awareness. Most seniors spend years tightening their nervous system without even realizing it. These techniques loosen that grip. They don't replace medical care, but they support the natural intelligence of the body. The habits you'll learn in Chapter 3 bring these techniques together into a simple daily routine seniors can do in under 3 minutes. If you've watched this far, you now understand that stroke prevention is not just about numbers or medications, but about restoring the body's internal rhythm. The tongue reset, the humming breath, and the neck reflex release are not isolated tricks. They work together to create the conditions in which strokes become less likely. Let's put it all into a daily routine. A ritual not of effort, but of gentle awareness. We begin with the tongue reset, the simplest of all. Find a quiet moment. Sitting in a chair, settling into bed, or even standing in your kitchen. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Inhale through your nose, and exhale slowly through the mouth. Do this for 10 seconds. Feel the body soften, the jaw relax, the shoulders drop just a little. This single action sends a signal. It's safe to calm down. Next comes the humming breath. You inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, you allow a soft, gentle hum to escape. Not loud, not forced, just a faint vibration. For 1 minute, your breath becomes a massage for your nervous system. You may feel a warmth behind your eyes, a loosening in your chest, or a bit of clarity settling in. This is your body remembering. Finally comes the neck reflex release. Inhale deeply. Turn your head to the left as you exhale. Pause, inhale again. Turn your head to the right, and finish with a slight chin tuck. This reawakens the sensors in your neck that regulate pressure and flow to the brain. When these 3 movements become a morning ritual, the nervous system begins to rewire itself. Signals become clearer. Reactions become calmer. Blood pressure variability decreases. Circulation improves. Clarity returns. You become more stable, from the inside out. Many seniors tell me they feel lighter, or more settled, or less foggy. Not because of magic, but because consistency builds resilience. After 60, the body does not need intensity, it needs rhythm, gentleness, daily reminders of how to function with balance. Remember this. Your body is not fragile, it's responsive, and when you give it the right signals, it responds with protection. Think of this daily routine not as an exercise program, but as a grounding practice, a way to reconnect to the rhythms that keep you safe. Every senior can do this. Every caregiver can teach this. Every family can benefit from this. Before we close, I want to share something important. For decades, I've treated older adults who believed their health was slipping beyond their control. They felt helpless, at the mercy of numbers and diagnoses. But when they discovered practices like these, small, gentle habits within their control, their confidence returned. Not because everything changed at once, but because they learned the body can still learn, the body can still heal, the body can still protect. This documentary is not about a miracle cure. It's about remembering the intelligence your body already possesses. If you found value in this episode, give it a thumbs up and write in the comments. I completed the episode. We love knowing who watches to the end. And remember, Your health is not behind you. It is with you every day, with every choice, with every gentle breath. I'll see you in the next episode.